Love, brother, love, brother, love. I feel like a part of me died the afternoon this video came out. How does one reconcile the fact that they have idolized the monster for the last 3 decades? How can I possibly work out to bad boy for life knowing that he did this? First of all, the unmitigated gall it takes for one to whoop ass, wearing nothing but a towel, some dick, and colorful socks. Oh my God!
Being the most dangerous commentary show on Beyonce's internet comes with its own set of challenges. YouTube time and time again refuses to promote our videos because we have very controversial takes on extremely sensitive subjects. So chances are, if you stumbled on this clip by accident, you'll never get to see our content again unless you hit that subscribe button. It only takes 1 second. But either way, we're glad you're here. And now, back to the clip.
Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to this week's episode of the Shock and Awe podcast, arguably the most dangerous commentary show on Beyonce's internet. I am your host, Mr. Robbie Hollywood. Folks, I'm afraid to come to you today on bended knee to issue a formal apology to Miss Cassie Ventura. Those of you who watch this show know that when the lawsuit was filed, I called her everything but a child of God. Now, in my defense, we were all fresh off the Trevor Bauer case. For those of you not familiar with the Trevor Bauer situation, Mr. Bauer was a Major League Baseball player for the LA Dodgers, who was accused of the most heinous acts they can commit against another human being, especially one of the fair sex, by several young women. Now, after further investigation, one of these said young women is now being indicted for extortion and is currently facing upwards of 16 years in prison. Nonetheless, Trevor lost his $50 million contract, and his name was sullied beyond repair by a gang of Jezebel.
Now at 1 o'clock, from accuser to defendant.
A woman who claimed that former Major League pitcher Trevor Bauer sexually assaulted her is now facing criminal charges. KTLA 5 Samantha Cortese joining us here in the studio with the story.
Glenn and Lou, the Cy Young Award winner appears to be exiled from Major League Baseball following multiple sexual assault allegations. But in a video online, Trevor Bauer is asking what more can he do to prove he's innocent now that one of his accusers is facing serious jail time for extortion and fraud. A woman who accused former Dodgers pitcher Trevor Bauer of sexual assault has been charged with fraud in Arizona. A grand jury indictment unsealed Monday accuses Darcy Adana Esmonu of fraud and theft by extortion against Bauer and another man. Esmonu sued Bauer, saying he raped her and got her pregnant in 2020. Bauer says she demanded money to terminate the pregnancy, but later said she had a miscarriage. Bauer posted a 5-minute video on YouTube responding to the indictment and addressing allegations at large for the first time in months.
Here's the thing, she never had an abortion because she was never even pregnant, and that's corroborated by her own medical records. When I refused to pay her the $3.6 million she was asking for, she made up a bogus sexual assault claim and filed a civil suit against me.
In the countersuit, Bauer's lawyers claim she took the money for the abortion and went to Philadelphia to get LASIK eye surgery. Esmonu is not the same woman who accused Bauer of assault in 2021, leading to his 194-game suspension and apparent exile from the MLB just months after signing one of the largest contracts in baseball history with the Dodgers. That accuser, Lindsay Hill, and Bauer settled last year without any payments between the two. Bauer was never arrested or charged.
At this point, I'm not sure what else I can possibly do to prove my innocence in all this. I did not do what I was accused of. And every institution that our society is entrusted to rule on issues like these, like courts, judges, law enforcement officers, prosecutors, they all agree with me. They've rejected every single claim made against me, even going as far as charging one of my accusers with a felony. At what point do I get to go back to work and continue earning a living?
We tried reaching out to Asmonu and her legal team, but were unsuccessful. Her next court date is next week, and she could face more than 16 years if convicted on both charges.
These women were demanding millions of dollars in compensation. And Trevor refused to budge and decided to take his case all the way. And he was later on vindicated. So understand my now misplaced, but then unequivocal outrage when I heard my then favorite celebrity of all time, a man I have often been told could be my doppelganger, was now facing stomach-turning accusations from his then ex-girlfriend. I was incensed by the immediate condemnation without due process that Puff had to endure. And I took it upon myself to engage in countless verbal altercations in the comment sections of every blog you can think of. Oh, brother love, brother love. I feel like a part of me died the afternoon this video came out. How does one reconcile the fact that they have idolized the monster for the last 3 decades? How can I possibly work out to bad boy for life, knowing that he did this? First of all, the unmitigated gall it takes for one to whoop ass, wearing nothing but a towel, some dick, and colorful socks. Oh, my own. Why, brother love? Why? The report says that he had just woken up. But I don't buy it. Who goes to bed in nothing but trampoline park socks? I say he was mid-freak off and he was wearing them for extra grip. I wouldn't be surprised if one of the male prostitutes in the room alerted him to Cassie's secretive departure. And he had to rushingly hop out the bussy and chase her down the hallway. That's why he was so mad. He was about to nut. Secondly, his utter disregard of the setting that he's in. No care about the cameras, other hotel guests seeing him, nothing. There is something about men who became famous before the advent of the internet that makes them feel borderline untouchable. When is the last time you seen footage like this from the likes of a Harry Styles or a Little Nas X? Is it because I never felt the urge to go upside a bitch's head? No. It's because they understand that they will get crucified if the information gets out. Because see, when you think of monsters they're accused of hurting women, i.e., the Harvey Weinsteins, the Jeffrey Epsteins, the Bill Cosbys, etc. We have to rely on our imagination to picture the acts they were being accused of. Not in this case. This man is putting a WWE SmackDown on his girlfriend in 4K like The Rock at SummerSlam. Oh, my own. Sean Combs is now officially the most hated man on earth. My advice to Brother Love: sell everything you own as fast as you can and find yourself a country without an extradition treaty. You know, like Angola or Thailand. Because your life on the Western Hemisphere, my good friend, has now officially concluded. It's over, puff. If you're lucky, you will get the Roman Polanski treatment, and 20 years from now, you can make a reappearance at the 2034 BET Awards. That is if the feds don't R. Kelly you by this time next week. And the even worse part is that his kids' lives are also ruined. How do you go back to school on Monday morning when your daddy is on national television strong-arming his girlfriend? It's homeschool for them kids until the foreseeable future now. And this kid's knew Cassie. She was in their lives for decades. How do you possibly spin this to those little girls, Brother Love? Frankly speaking, I won't be surprised if Puffy unalives himself over this business. Not at all. In conclusion, I want to circle back to the initial point I made at the beginning of this video. This is exactly why it is now more crucial than ever that there is a system in place that ensures that false accusers are severely discouraged. Because true victims have to go through hell and incessant questioning because false accusers muddy the waters. I hate the fact that Cassie had to see the terrible things that myself and those of my ilk said on the internet. And for that, I am profoundly sorry. Now, although I recognize and admit the error in my ways, in this particular case, I am still of the school of thought that acts like rape and abuse are the most heinous crimes you can commit against another human being, due to how they leave the victim feeling violated with lifelong ramifications to deal with. But false accusations are just as heinous for the same exact reasons. Ask now unemployed Trevor Bauer. And this applies not only to the person being falsely accused, but also the real victims who now experiences are questioned as a result. Absolutely preposterous.